The Nepal government has finally made an official comment on the remarks made by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who 2 weeks ago had informed of a roadway expansion connecting Lippu Lake with Mansarovar. The government's response also came a day after India said that it was clear on the issue and that Nepal had been informed about its stand. There has been a public outcry in Nepal regarding the Indian Prime Minister's controversial remarks on Lippu Lake. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal government says it is ready to resolve the border disputes regarding Lippu Lake and Limpiadhura through diplomatic talks. Statement comes 2 weeks after the Indian Premier's remarks. Health authorities rescheduled booster dose program to frontline workers from today to be administered from 17 centres. Over 4,500 COVID-19 cases confirmed yesterday. A winter storm is bringing heavy snow and ice to parts of the US and Canada with millions under weather warnings. A volcanic eruption covers the Pacific island of Tonga and Ash. And Real Madrid lifts Spanish Super Cup with a crushing 2-0 victory over Athletic Bilbao on the way to their 12th title. Luka Modric and Karim Benzema score for champion club. Nepal has said that it is ready to resolve the disputes with India regarding Lippu Lake and Limpiadhura through diplomatic initiative. The government's official comments has come some 2 weeks after Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi commented that India was constructing a roadway connecting Lippu Lake with Mansarovar. During an official program yesterday to release the cabinet decisions, Minister for Information and Communication Gyanendra Bahadur Karki stated that Nepal would initiate diplomatic talks to retrieve its own land in Lippu Lake and Limpiadhura. The government, however, is yet to take any decision to halt the construction of the said highway in Lippu Lake. The Indian government has proceeded with the construction of roadways by encroaching lands in Lippu Lake and Limpiadhura. The political parties in Nepal exhibit a dual role while in the government and out of it. The parties had stood behind the erstwhile KP Sharma ODI administration when Nepal issued a political map by including lands up to Limpiadhura. However, the parties are yet to show similar solidarity in terms of retrieving the encroached land. The government, on the contrary, has maintained a conspicuous silence on the issue. All the political forces had come together against Indian hegemony 2 years ago when the ODI administration released the administrative and political map by incorporating lands up to Limpiadhura. However, since then, the ODI administration could not carry out any initiative to obtain the encroached land. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi 2 weeks ago publicly remarked that his government was constructing a roadway connecting Lippu Lake with Mansarovar. The two general secretaries of the ruling Nepali Congress issued a press release last week objecting to the statement of the Indian Prime Minister. Meanwhile, in another development on Saturday, India through its embassy in Nepal said that it was clear on its stand regarding the border issues in Lippu Lake and Limpiadhura and had also notified Nepal about its views on the issue. The government failed to make an official comment on the statement made by the Indian Prime Minister and has finally spoken of resolving the dispute through diplomatic initiative on Saturday. The government has started inoculating the frontline workers with booster dose of vaccine against coronavirus from today. Despite much publicity to inoculate the frontline workers, including health officials, security officials, journalists, among others, the health authority yesterday could not manage the booster doses. The government later yesterday rescheduled the booster dose inoculation to the frontline workers. The booster vaccine will be administered from 17 different centres in the capital. Meanwhile, an alarming resurgence of coronavirus is being reported across the country with 4,534 new cases confirmed yesterday through RT-PCR tests. Meanwhile, the death toll has climbed to 11,620 with 3 more fatalities. Likewise, 427 other cases were identified through antigen tests. 435 individuals were discharged and the recovery rate has dropped to 95.6%. The country now has 25,680 active cases. The state's foreign currency reserve has dwindled by 260 billion rupees in the span of a year, triggered by decreasing remittance, increasing import and a significant number of Nepali students going abroad to pursue higher studies. Even as the central bank's monetary policy has provisioned for foreign currency reserve to cover import for 7 months, the national coffer can only manage import for the next 6 months. The country's balance of payment last month had suffered a loss of nearly 200 billion rupees due to excessive import. The balance of payment last year was favorable due to remittance inflow through official channels and decreased import amid the pandemic. The country since then has imported goods worth 838 billion rupees. If this rate of import is to continue, there could be an import worth 2 trillion rupees by the end of the current fiscal year. However, the country's major foreign currency source in the form of remittance was limited to 388 billion rupees last month. The remittance at this rate will be limited to less than 900 billion rupees by the end of the current fiscal year. Economists say that the scenario might lead to catastrophic financial condition in case the government doesn't take timely steps. Abroad studies and foreign tours have accounted for 23 billion rupees of foreign currency this fiscal year. This amount is 107 times more than the data last fiscal year. The International Monetary Fund had urged economies to keep a foreign currency reserve of up to 6 months, while the central bank in Nepal had allocated 7 months for its convenience. Foreign investors and other companies analyze the receiving country's foreign currency reserve at the time of extending loan amount. These investors might be hesitant in the given scenario, which might invite unforeseen financial crisis in the country. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces why have political parties failed to unite on issues of national interest. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
आफ्नो भागबाट नमिलेर मात्रै उनीहरु नमिल्ने हुन्
दलहरुको आफ्नै स्वार्थको कारणले गर्दा
जनता र देशको माया भन्दा पनि आफ्नो स्वार्थ सत्ता र कुर्सीको मायाले गर्दा यिनीहरु आपसमा भिडिरहेका छन्
आफ्नो स्वार्थको लागि मात्रै बोलिरहेका हुन्छन्
उनीहरु दलीय स्वार्थ भन्दा माथि उठ्न सकेका छैनन् त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि राष्ट्रिय मुद्दाहरुमा चाहिँ उनीहरुको एकमत हुन सक्दैन
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what should be done to increase soil fertility? The options are option A, reduce pesticide, option B, use organic fertilizers, and option C, prevent soil erosion. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
NRT is taking on Jalakal Youth Club in today's match under the Martyrs Memorial A Division League. The match at Dashrath Stadium is slated for 1 p.m. kickoff. NRT are placed 8th with 10 points from 8 matches. A win today can propel NRT into their 6th position above Sadabato Youth Club. NRT, led by veteran coach Razukazi Shakya, are looking for their 3rd win of the season. They were defeated 1-0 in their last match against Tribhuvan Army Club. Jalakal, on the other side, will also go into the match looking for 4 points, as a defeat would increase their chances of relegation. NRT had scored a 1-0 win the last time these two sides had met. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.